Hey everyone, I am so happy to see you and I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for checking out my video today, and today I'm going to talk about Z palettes. I've been wanting a Z palette for so long, and so I finally went out and I got one. Well, actually I didn't have to go anywhere, I just ordered online, and then it came. So I am super excited to show you my Z palettes and what I did to depot and just some tips that I have for you and all that fun stuff. So if you'd like to see my Z palettes, just keep watching. So I ordered 3 because, you know, why wouldn't you? So I ordered, the first one is the large Pro palette, and I think this one was $25. And the exciting part, just for the Canadian shoppers who are watching, the exciting part about FTB Beauty is that it's Canadian, so it might be a little bit more expensive than American prices, but at least you don't have to pay duty. And then I got a pink large palette, and I think that this one might be under hot pink when you're selecting your color. And then I got the leopard print. So I got 3, and I'm super excited. So, I will start with this one. So to show you what these came in, these are 2 Urban Decay palettes that I got. I think one I got for Christmas and then one I got during a girl shopping trip with my mom. And these are such cute packaging, and I'm totally going to keep them for traveling. But this whole package held 6 eyeshadows. 6. And it was such bulky packaging, and so I really, I used them, but they weren't like, oh right, these are these colors and I'm gonna use them every day because they're so easy to grab. So now I have them in my pretty little Z palette. So they're all these shadows, these ones right here. So there was 12 shadows, and they're just so pretty and pigmented and just beautiful, so I really like them. The nice thing about some shadows, and when you are depotting, I would recommend to make sure you're checking, after you depot one, make sure you check to see if it's magnetic or not, because with my other palette that I have, I started putting on the aluminum stickers, and then all of a sudden I thought, maybe I'll just check to see if, you know, these are magnetic, and of course they're right metal, so they did stick right onto the palettes. Oh, and the Stila ones, if you ever have any Stila single eyeshadows, I was making my plot as to how I was going to depot it, and then I saw a tiny little hole in the back of the little compact, so I just pushed a pin through it, and then all of a sudden the eyeshadow just popped right out. So before you start attacking your eyeshadows, make sure you just sort of check to see if there might be an easy way to depot. So if you ever want to buy easy to depot shadows, I would highly recommend the Stila ones, and that one is this one up here in the corner. So the other palette that I have is this pink one, and these are probably the ones that I got the Z palettes for, because these are my 2 favorite palettes that I got for Christmas, or sorry, for my birthday, and I found myself using them, but they weren't like an everyday grab, so because they came in such bulky packaging. So the square ones are the Too Faced one that came in a tin can palette, and it was great for traveling because it had 2 levels. It had eyeshadow, bronzer, blush, highlighter, and then I think the original packaging came with Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer. So excellent concept if you're traveling, but for your everyday storage, it was just so bulky, and I just found myself kind of forgetting about them. So this is basically why I decided to get the Z palettes, and they take up this tiny little space. So I feel like I'm wearing all of them today. Well, not all of them, but I'm wearing the eyeshadow today I'm wearing are from both of these palettes. And then the last one that I got is the black large Pro size. I just like everything to be easy to grab and easy to use, so this one is really nice. So I have an e.l.f. blush in the corner, and then the 2 half circles are from the Too Faced palette that I got. So those are 2 blushes. And then on the bottom there's 2 bronzers as well. And then I have My favorite at the moment, the Balm Brat Boy blush. In the middle I have a Clinique blush that I got from a free gift. On the bottom I have Benefit Hoola, and I have Tarte Park Avenue Princess. And so these are really pretty, and again, this is really nice just because especially for seasons, if I want to switch them out, if there's one that I'm using more often than not. And as well, when I'm traveling, I can just take all of them out and just put the ones that I want to take with me. So this is really great. And the Pro one comes with a little bit of a deeper case, so you can put a couple brushes in there as well. So that's that one. And I just have to show you this adorable little palette that I got in last month's Ipsy bag. This is from GlamRx, and these were exclusive to Ipsy, and look at how adorable that is. It's so cute. So I have a whole bunch of Coastal Scents samples that I got. Every time you order from Coastal Scents, you'll usually get a little miniature tiny quad. So all these little circles are all samples, and then I have a Mary Kay eyeshadow in there as well. So obviously I'm not going to go on a rampage of depotting every single one of my eyeshadows and bronzers and blushes, but like something like the Lorac Pro palette, I would never depot this just because it's so thin, compact. There's really nothing other than the eyeshadows in there. I just find that when there's a palette that has beautiful products, but it's so bulky and there's just extra wasted space that I just don't need for the slot where the mascara comes or a primer that I get. So yeah, I think that the ones that I did depot, I think I'm gonna get a lot more use out of, but for palettes like this, I'm definitely not gonna be breaking into these ones anytime soon because they're already in this nice little palette. So just to quickly touch on how I got some of the eyeshadows out. How I did pry the eyeshadows out were with these little, it's this miniature chisel set that I got at Princess Auto, and there's 4 of them. And so usually if you watch a YouTube video, they'll have like a big huge sharp knife that's kind of scary, and sometimes when you're depotting, bad things could happen with a knife, and so I really wasn't interested in depotting and slicing my hand open because that's dangerous. So with these little chisel set, you could just wedge the chisel underneath the eyeshadow and then just sort of lift it up, because the glue, it is going to have some give to it, like it's not like it's concrete in there. So this was a lot safer than it would be to use a knife. So that was my Z palette experience. It was really a lot of fun. I think that I'm going to get a heck of a lot more use out of the eyeshadows that I do have. I feel like it's super exciting to buy new eyeshadows, but it's also exciting to rediscover fabulous things that you already have in your collection. So I am excited about all the palettes that I will be rediscovering and using a lot more, just because they'll be a little easier to have readily available. And I do enjoy the fact that all of those Too Faced palettes are all together, so I can mix and match the colors. And you know, it is kind of annoying when you're like, oh, I want this eyeshadow in my inner corner in this palette, and then I want my lid color to be this one from this palette, and then my crease color from this single eyeshadow that I have randomly here. So I think that it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope that you enjoyed my Z palette experience, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye guys. Oh, I forgot. I'm back again. If you do have breakage, I forgot to talk about that. I will give you a word of the wise. If you do have any e.l.f. blushes, keep them in their packaging. Don't ever try to get them out, because they will hold on for dear life. When I first started my depotting experience, I was using the oven, and if you watch any YouTube videos on using the oven method to try and get eyeshadows out, it's all lies. Like, they sit there and they're like, oh, I'm gonna put my pan in the oven. Oh, I'm gonna take it out. Oh, and look at these eyeshadows just popping right out. Nope, all lies, every single one of them. Honestly, I tried it with my first blush that I had, and it took me forever to get it out, and I was like, okay. Now that I've done one, maybe the bunch will follow and they'll be like, oh look, that other blush was depotted and gets to go in a Z palette, so let's all do it. Nope. I did have 2 fatalities during my depotting experience. I wish you luck. Alright, that's all for me now. I'll talk to you later. Bye guys.